Hey team, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to look at multiplying two 300-digit numbers in C#. Hope you enjoy this video. Let's begin with step one. So we say 9 times 3, 27, plus our carry is 0, so the answer is 27. Let's split 27 into their individual buckets, the tens buckets and the ones buckets. Then what we're going to do is we're going to assign C2 the tens. Let's do that. Now if we've assigned 2 to C2, then we're going to be working on the, does a sub 3 plus 1, is that greater than 9? Okay, go to a sub 3. a sub 3. What is ones? 1 is 7. 7 plus 0, 7. So is 7 greater than 9? Nope. So in a sub 3, make a sub 3 plus 1s. So this goes to 7. And that is the first step. Step 2, 9 times 6. So notice we say b sub 1 times t sub 0 plus c sub 2. So 9 times 6 plus this number. So that's 54 plus 2 is 56. Now let's split that into its tens and ones. This is the same steps in step 1. We're just working our way through this equation. We're then going to take the tens value and put that into c sub 1. Let's do that. After we get done putting 5 into c sub 1, then we're going to say, let's look at a sub 2. That's 0. What's ones? Ones is 6. So 0 plus 6 greater than 9? Nope. So in a sub 2, we're going to say a sub 2 plus 1. So 0 plus 6 is 6. Let's put 6 in there. So notice we just finished all the top elements. 6 and 3 have been both multiplied by 9. And now in c sub 1, there's a value 5. And we just can't leave that there. So what we have to say is, if c sub 1 plus a sub 1 is greater than 0, then we're going to do that overflow. Else, we're going to say a sub 1 equals a sub 1 plus c sub 1. So 5 plus 0, is that greater than 9? No. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 5 in here. Let's check our work. 63 times 9, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. So far our logic is working out. Let's continue. Now we're going to change our bottom index from b sub 1 to b sub 0. Performing that action, we have to set these values up here to 0. Let's do that. And now we can begin doing the 4 times 3 and then the 4 times 6. Step 3. Now we're going to be looking at 4 times 3. So that is b sub 0 times t sub 1, b0, t1, plus our carry. So that gives us 4 times 3 plus 0 is 12. Now let's split our 12 into the tens and ones. Notice we get 1 10 and 2 ones. Then notice in C2, the tens value, let's move 1 to C2. Let's do that. So come here and put 1 there. Now the second step is, if a sub 2 plus 1s is greater than 9, so that's like me saying, is 6 plus 2, 8, greater than 9? No. So what we need to do is, in a sub 2, we need to say a sub 2 equals a sub 2 plus 1s. 1s is 2. So 6 plus 2 is 8. Step 4, the last part of this problem, we're going to say 4 times 6. So that's b sub 0 times 8, t sub 0 plus c sub 2. So 4 times 6, 24, plus 1 is 25. Let's split 25 into its tens and ones. We get a 2 and a 5. And now in c sub 1, let's put the tens value in there. So we're going to move 2 to c1. Let's do that. Now we can look up, we can say if a sub 1 plus 1s. So what's a1? a1 right now is 5. So 5 plus 5, is that greater than 9? Yes. So we have to perform this overflow function. Let's do that. Now we're ready to perform our last steps. Remember, we had the value 25. 6 times 4 plus 1 is 25. So we moved tens up into c sub 1. And then we got towards the bottom and it said we had to perform overflow. So notice here, I'm going to perform overflow where answer index is 1 And the value I'm going to send in ones is 5. So it comes in and it says, okay, int overflow equals answer. Okay, what is sub 1? So that's 5. So overflow is 5 plus 5. So that is 10, right? And then 10 is going to say tens over equals overflow divided by 10. So what's a 10 divided by 10? That's 1. Mod 10 equals 1. Then my int ones, I'm going to do overflow minus 1 times 10. That evaluates to 0. So now in answer sub index, we're going to put ones over. Let's do that. Because this gets tricky, I have identified that last move with this kind of color here. This is the ones over. Notice ones over is 0. I put that in answer index. Answer index is sub 1. Then on the next line, I say this dot answer minus 1 equals the tens over. So notice I'm going to come into this bin and put the value 1. Now we're done with the perform overflow, and in the next line of code it says if t sub 0, the top, is being used and we're on the last operation, then a sub 0 equals a sub 0 plus tens. Well, what was the value of tens? Notice tens was 2. So here we're saying a sub 0, this field right here, equals a sub 0's plus tens. So what is 2 plus 1? That is 3. And guess what, team? This is the answer for 63.49. Let's prove that. And there you can see 63 times 49 is 3087. 3087. There you have it. Now let's use the program for real. Let's now execute this program on a real math problem. Notice 63 and 49. Let's go and step into this, and this is the constructor. You hit F11 and now we're in it. You remember these 4 variables from my previous screens: top, bottom, answer, and carry. Notice they're all data type is integer, array of ints. Let's step into that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to calculate the max length. Remember, I showed you, I counted the individual numbers in each of our top and bottom, and that turns into 4. So there's 2 numbers in top, there's 2 numbers in bottom. Notice that when I send these in, they are strings. We can't do math on strings. We have to convert those to integers. And notice I initialize answer, and then I initialize from a string into an integer for both the top and the bottom. I will meet you on line 44. And we're there. Let's go back. Now that the constructor has been executed, that means our array is set up, our equation has been put into the appropriate fields, and all our counters are ready to go. We're now ready to step into calc. And here is the difficult thing to remember. Normally we go from left to right, but in this problem, because we're doing arrays, we go from right to left. So notice I have to go get the length and assign that to bottom index. And then what I do, notice at the bottom here, is I decrement the index because I'm coming from the right, so right to left. So then we're doing that same thing for answer index. I'm going from right to left. But when we declare variables, it starts at the left and goes to the right. Notice here, I get inside of that top and I say top times bottom gives me value. I told you how we separated that value into tens and ones. And the only complicated thing in this whole loop is this perform overflow. On the first set of the problem, we're not going to get that. But when we get into the second digit, we're going to go into overflow. And let's just show that because the rest of this is pretty easy. Notice my top is 6, my bottom is 4. Well, somehow it told me my overflow. Let's see the answer index. So it's sub 1. So answer sub 1 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. That is greater than 9. Let's step into overflow. Notice overflow is saying, hey, what is the overflow value? Well, we just saw that that was 10. Now I'm going to build tens over and ones over. Notice 10 is 1, ones is 0. Now on the answer line at answer index, notice I sent that in, I'm going to put ones over there. And then at answer index minus 1, I'm going to put the tens in there. So let's look at answer index. Do you remember when we were just at 1087? I was off by, like 2,000 more. Let's see how I solved that. So F10. Now I'm done. Now look what happens. Is top index equals 0? Yes. So what do we have to do? We have to put that tens value, we're going to say plus equals. So that's like answer index minus 1 plus answer index minus 1 plus the tens. Now let's look at answers. And there's our 3087. We're done with our loop. This got decremented to -1, which will make me bail out of this. And now our answer is complete. As you can see on line 1011, 30 times over a 10 character, 10 times 30, 300. I then sent that into my constructor, two 300-digit numbers. I calculated the answer, and then I printed it to the console. Let's see what I got. And this is the answer I got. Let's see if Python can create this same answer. Step 1, two 300-digit equations. Notice I'm going to multiply that. Let's do that. Notice it produced an answer. I then took their answer, Python, and I put it into P. I took my answer from the app, and now we're going to say, does P equal A? Let's see if this works. True. Very good. So this is good code. And there you have it, team. Hope you enjoyed this video. And there you have it, team, multiplying two numbers, each of them having 300 digits. We did it. Now you saw that this was a lot of array work, and this is something you'll need to master. Appreciate you supporting my channel and look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a great week.